Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be sitting down and talking to Scottish content creator, the44Griffalo. This man made his mark on the world streaming from his console. He's recently gone over to a stream PC and console, and he's just about to take the next step and switch over to PC gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Griff. Okay. Welcome, the44Griffalo. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. So this year we're doing a streamer showcase. We're interviewing different streamers, and this year I'm trying to get more of a feel of that streamer, how they started, their origins. So let's start off. Why the name?
The name came from when I actually got my current Xbox that I used to game on. I've got a military background, so I've always had the nickname Griff. It's always came from being in the army all the years ago. Everybody uses your last name, and if there's a quick abbreviation for that last name in the military, people use it. So it's weird when people call me by my in real life name because that many people call me Griff.
Yeah.
So when I ended up getting this current Xbox that I used to game on just now, I was looking for kind of names. I was just having a kind of think about it, and then obviously a couple banterish conversations had came up in the past about sort of Griffalo and stuff like that. Obviously linking to the children's film that's on at Christmas time, but obviously I play on my last name, so I kind of just went with that, and it's stuck.
Nice. Okay, what made you start streaming in the first place?
So it was during lockdown, during obviously the pandemic and COVID and everything like that. Previous to that, I hadn't really consumed much sort of online gaming content, sort of videos here and there, but it was getting into the likes of Warzone. You obviously know I'm quite a big Warzone player and Warzone streamer. Getting into quite a lot of that through lockdown and consuming content from guys like Stone Mountain, Iceman Isaac, Benny Central. It kind of just pushed me towards streaming and made me want to try it. And then eventually I just kind of tried it, was playing Xbox, streaming directly from my Xbox, sitting on my bed at the time, using a laptop to read chat. But that's kind of how I got started. So we've come a long way, but it was because of the pandemic that kind of pushed me along the road.
Nice. Okay, that's an intro. That's obviously quite a lot of console players and streamers start off like that, but it's always great to hear how you start off with the laptop on your bed, the console, playing away. And obviously you're probably one of the main Warzone streamers I tend to watch because what you've done. Pretty much since you started. Do you ever branch into other games, or is it just Warzone on stream?
Yeah, I do. So I play. There's a few other Scottish streamers that I play with. We play every second Friday. We have mainly done Warzone in the past, but we are branching out into other games. We've got kind of Rogue Company scheduled.
Nice.
When I done a charity stream a couple of weeks ago, I was playing. I started off in the morning playing some Valhalla, and I actually played Sonic the Hedgehog for a bit. I'm quite possibly the worst Sonic the Hedgehog player on the planet, but played it for a bit. So we do play other stuff now and again, but I do kind of like the nitty gritty FPS battle royale genre. It's where I enjoy the most, so that's what I tend to stick to.
Great. So what's the essence of your streaming channel? If I was to pop into your channel for the first time, what would I expect to see?
So we've got a very welcoming community. I'm all about the kind of community aspect. Originally, when I started, and probably for the first sort of 6 months of streaming, when you're finding your feet and everything like that, I wasn't kind of the way I am now, welcoming people in. But I like getting to know people. We all get to know each other. Everybody in the chat, kind of a lot of people streaming, a lot of people don't stream, but we all get on. We all talk to each other quite a lot. Although we are kind of, my stream is Warzone focused, a lot of the people in there play other games, so we're always talking about other games and what other streamers are doing and stuff like that. So it is very much a kind of, it's almost like a little family. We get on, but then there's also the kind of banterful element. We have a laugh and a joke about each other and stuff like that as well. It's a fun community to be a part of.
Have you always played games throughout your life, or is it something you've come to after the army, or?
Yeah, so I've always been into games, never as much as I am now. I can remember way back in the day, we were actually in Fluffy Zombies stream the other day, and we were talking about our first sort of gaming consoles, and my first was a PlayStation 1, so played the likes of Spyro, and I remember, I think one of my favourite games growing up was the Hercules game. I don't know if you remember that, but
No.
yeah, show my age definitely. But that was one of the games I played growing up, and then obviously moved to PlayStation 2, played the likes of San Andreas and stuff like that when I was getting a bit older. But now is the most that I've ever been into gaming. Yeah, did play bits through the army, but it was kind of very much downtime, as you can imagine. In the army, it can be tense at times, so it was only when we got the chance. So it was never as kind of serious as I take it now. Obviously, yeah, at the minute I'm playing every day, just about.
Okay, so there you go. So you're playing it every day. Do you stream every day, or do you have a set schedule?
No, so I did stream every day. I streamed every day. I done 7 days a week. Sometimes more than once for the first 6 months that I was streaming, and you do hit a wall. The burnout is a thing. I always thought, no, I'll never get burnt out. Like I just enjoy it. I'll never get burnt out with this, but it comes. To everybody, it comes eventually. So eventually, I kind of made the decision. Now I'm streaming 6 days a week. So I stream Monday to Saturday. Evening streams Monday to Thursday, and then I do a kind of nighttime stream on a Friday, and then Saturday I almost have as a kind of a very flexible day. I don't have a set start time for a Saturday. I kind of just let the community know on Discord what's going to be happening. And then Sundays I use for any offline content that I'm doing. So scheduling tweets, making TikToks and that kind of thing on a Sunday.
Cool. So you brought up community a few times. Do you think that's the kind of the most important aspect of a stream, or is there another one in your eyes?
Definitely, it's one of the most important parts of a stream. The people in the community are kind of what makes it. The streamer can only do so much in my eyes. Obviously, you've got amazing streamers out there that can do everything, but the community, I think it's the more welcoming factor for new people coming in. It's one, the streamer talking to them, but also the mods getting involved, the VIPs getting involved, and just the general people in chat when it's got that kind of the good feeling around it and everybody's talking to each other at the same time. It makes the streamer's job a little bit easier, but also welcomes people a lot more than just the streamer being nice, in my opinion. But obviously there are other factors like being able to talk through your gameplay or describe what you're doing, or just being good at a game can obviously make some people successful. But I think the community is one of the biggest parts.
So what's one of your key influences that's kind of shaped your streaming? Is there any other streamers that you look up to, or content creators? Is there any bits that you kind of take from their streams or aspects?
There's a big list. I mean, yeah, there's quite a lot of streamers that I look up to. Some of the people that kind of inspired me to get into content were Stone Mountain 64. I think the way that he plays with different streamers, the way he's so positive all the time, the way his community is run, that was one of the big sort of motivating factors. Also, Iceman Isaac is one that kind of really got me into consuming a lot of content. Iceman Isaac's obviously a Warzone streamer, and he makes a lot of videos around. He's got a community called the Warzone Academy, and he makes all his YouTube videos are geared towards that. So tip videos, tactic videos, weapon builds, everything like that. But then whenever he's in the stream, he's talking about the YouTube videos and how people can get better. It's quite a good community that way. So I'd probably say Iceman Isaac and Stone Mountain 64 were the two biggest ones kind of inspiring me.
Great. Okay, cool. So here's your opportunity. Advertise yourself. Why should people come to your stream?
That's a good question. So
see the Thor hammer behind you.
Obviously, yeah, the Thor hammer. So obviously you guys know my name's the 44Griffalo. Most people just call me Griff, but I'm primarily a Warzone streamer. I mentioned earlier that I do play other bits and pieces now and again, but we genuinely do have a very positive community for both streamers and people that are non-streamers. There's a lot of streamers in sort of the community that I've kind of built up, and that we've built together, and we all kind of support each other quite a lot, which is quite a nice thing to see. Whenever I pop into other streamers that always are in my streams, it's the same people that we're seeing quite a lot of the time. And everybody's just, they're genuinely happy and genuinely supporting each other, which is, it's one of the things that I really, really like about the community that we've kind of got going. But yeah, we are fun when we're there. People come in and we'll take the mickey out of each other a little bit and stuff like that. But we'll also talk everything about sort of TV shows, movies, stuff like that. We're a bunch of geeks, which is great. As you can see, the Thor's hammer in the background kind of gives that away. But yeah, we talk about all that sort of stuff all the time. So we do have a fun community, and we play some not bad Warzone sometimes as well.
Yeah, I've dropped by. I dropped by quite a bit, and there's always some high level play going on. Not always successfully, but there is the game is a main issue when you've got cheaters running around, or just the game being the game. But you seem to do well.
There is a lot of issues with Warzone. I am kind of looking forward to some other games coming out, and obviously, as you know, Moose, I'm making the switch to PC, so there's some other games that are PC exclusive that I'd like to try, to be honest, like Tarkov. I want to try Battlefield when it comes out.
Come join in with Tarkov,
Tarkov's one that I've always kind of earmarked as something that I'd like to play. I'd want to learn how to play it before I ever gave it a go at streaming, because I know that there's so much in Tarkov that you need to do.
That's half the fun. When you're fumbling to try and heal yourself, you don't know what's going on, you're having that panic, and your chat's just like, what's going on? Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the streamer showcase. We got the 44Griffalo, or Griff, there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Moose, that's been Griff. We'll see you around.